Hello and welcome to the WIHS Journal, Public Affairs from 104.9 FM. I'm Paul Kretschmer. My guest on today's broadcast is Jason Van Camp, who lives in Salt Lake City, Utah, and operates a business called Mission 360. He is married to wife Lindsay and the father of 2 children.
It's my pleasure to be on the call today.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome, sir. What was the point at which you decided that you needed to encapsulate some of what you had discovered within your personal experience that you thought would help other people?
Well, they call the U.S. Army Special Forces Green Berets the quiet professionals. And I realized pretty quickly that we can't be quiet professionals any longer. We need to speak up and stand up for what we believe. And I created a company called Mission 60. And it's a leadership company, and I recruited the best commanders I've ever worked for and the best leaders that ever worked for me. And we got together and we created this company so that we could help other people. And really, when you join the military, you learn all about service. And as you go through your career, you kind of get addicted to the idea of service and helping other people. And that's why we wrote Deliberate Discomfort, because we wanted to help people. And it's simple. Like, I've become selfish about being selfless. I just want to see other people get inspired and be the best that they can be.
How long were you in the service in that capacity then, sir?
Well, I started my military career at West Point, United States Military Academy at West Point in 1995. And I finished my career in 2015. So from start to finish, I guess it was a total of 20 years. But, the 4 years at West Point doesn't count. And I've had a pretty exciting, interesting career. Deployed 3 times to the Middle East, served some time in Africa and also Korea. So I've kind of been all over the world, and I've seen a lot of things. And I wanted to share my experiences and the experiences of the guys in my team as well with our clients and really with the world.
As far as your work is concerned at the current time, do you come in contact with a lot of people, or is most of what you do primarily either web-based or book or printed matter-based?
No, all of our events are in-person events, so our clients either come to us or we go to them. And we wrote the book to share our curriculum with the world and also to inspire, to market our company and to inspire clients to hire us. And so our book, Deliberate Discomfort, it contains our curriculum, what we teach at Mission 60. And it's a leadership book for businesses and a self-improvement book for individuals. And I thought that to be the best, you should learn from the best. And who is better than U.S. Special Operations Forces heroes? And I call them heroes because, quite frankly, heroes don't get a vote. And Deliberate Discomfort is, what people don't understand. Discomfort isn't negative; it's positive. It's growth mindset, and we are starting what we call at Mission 60 a deliberate discomfort revolution.
Is what you have to share with people applicable no matter what they may do? In other words, I don't know how often you come in contact with other people who've been in special forces, for instance. I would imagine many of them are civilians who may never have had the kind of military experience or military career that you had or have had. Nonetheless, I presume, based on what you've told me, that what you can share with people in your curriculum are things that anyone else, or most anyone else, regardless of their previous background, will actually be able to get a handle on and actually make use of.
I totally understand. So, absolutely. This book isn't intended for Special Operations Forces soldiers solely. This is intended for everyone. So if you're a kid who's afraid to ask that girl out at the dance, well, Deliberate Discomfort, Getting Comfortable, Eat Uncomfortable, this book can help you ask that girl out and overcome your fear. If you're somebody who's working at a job that you hate and you've always wanted to start your own business and you just don't know how and, you're afraid to do it, Deliberate Discomfort is the book for you. If you're somebody who's been unhappy your whole life and you're out of shape and you need to hit the gym and go on that diet, Deliberate Discomfort is the book for you. It helps you to decide that it's time to step out of your comfort zone, of your safe space, and start that dialogue, start that action, start that movement. You confront whatever it is that you're afraid of, That's what we're all about, and that's what we do, and that's who we're speaking to. So it's not just the military, it's everyone.
Is this something that a person can primarily do within the resources that they find within themselves, or is this something that people can tag team and help support each other in the process of breaking through barriers as they go along?
Well, I think primarily it helps you to discover yourself, but the next step is obviously to get a team. And once you get that team, you can go farther than you've ever gone by yourself. And the old, quote goes, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with a team. And so we espouse that you should always go with a team.
How many clients do you suppose you've had over the course of time since you began this enterprise of yours?
Oh, gosh. So we've had probably close to 100 clients. But what we value most of all, I think, is the repeat clients. The clients that really see value in what we do and come back to us year after year after year.
Is word of mouth one of the ways that people find out about who you are and what you have to offer them?
Absolutely. That is one of the ways. However, in order to increase our marketing outreach, we're really pushing our book, Deliberate Discomfort, because we want people to read it. We want people to understand what we do. We want people to get excited about what we do, and we want people to learn more. And when somebody who's a decision maker, a CEO, a manager, what have you, reads our book and they see tremendous value in it, and they say, if only the employees at my company could read this and get it and meet these guys and understand it, we could take the level in which we're at right now and multiply it by 1,000. We could increase our revenue. We could increase our sales. We could increase our productivity and our bottom line. That's what we're all about. That's what we want to do. And that's what we've been doing for the last 7 years.
One of the things I've discovered within myself and have discussed this matter with other people that I know both on and off the job is that many of us are risk averse, and that's, as much as anything, one of the major reasons why we get held back. And it isn't even so much get held back as much as we hold ourselves and keep a hold of ourselves, and we're the ones that hold ourselves back.
That's correct. And I'm not saying being risk averse is a bad thing. And oftentimes it protects us. It keeps us safe, But what I'm saying is we can and we should take calculated risks. And if there's something that you're afraid of, let's talk about that. Because fear is just an obstacle in your path towards greatness. And fear will kill more dreams than failure ever will. And really, what are we afraid of? We're afraid of the unknown, right?
Right.
And once that thing becomes known, we're no longer afraid of it. So knowledge is what kills fear. So we're here. Mission 60 is here. Our instructors are here to educate you so you can overcome that fear. Now, we're not going to do it for you. We're just going to inspire you to do it yourself.
Has the character or nature of the American population become much less willing to go out in that fashion than maybe the people who settled the American West over 100 years ago, who went out knowing that it was dangerous, but also knowing that they couldn't be content or weren't content to simply stay where they were with the type of life they had, with the lack of opportunity they had, and so on?
It can seem like that, but I think we're stereotyping because that spirit lives within all of us. We can't deny it and we can't suppress it. Unfortunately, society today is teaching our kids, is teaching us indignation and victimhood. It's teaching us to be soft, unfortunately. Now, not everyone, but it is. And I've had a great conversation with a few members of my team, one of which is in the LGBTQ community, Petra Kowalski, about safe spaces. And, my first take, my initial reaction was disgust. Let's get rid of the safe spaces. This is ridiculous. We have kids at school that are, refusing to have dialogue and conversations with people who think differently than them. They're locking themselves away. They refuse to listen. And the fact that somebody thinks differently is cause to remove them from the situation, remove themselves from the situation. But talking with Petra, it seems like safe spaces are really step one in the process of growing. You know, like our book is titled Deliberate Discomfort. You have to voluntarily, deliberately choose discomfort yourself. You can't be forced into it because that won't work. And so if you need to be in a safe space, if you know yourself and you need to be there to start out, that's okay. But your goal should be to get out of that safe space as quick as possible. You know, remove yourself from that safe space, have those conversations, open up the dialogue, listen to someone else, hear them. You don't have to necessarily agree with them, but you just have to listen to them and respect their opinions. You know, and that's really the only way that you can grow and improve, not just as a person, but also by doing that, you help society grow. And that's what I believe.
Is it fair to say that there is, in fact, a place for that at the beginning of the process of someone stepping out, as long as they remember and as long as other people who support them remember that where they start is not the end point? That's
correct. Well said. You know, that's right. Everybody starts at their own pace. You know, you go to the gym, like nobody should be forced to start bench pressing multiple sets of 225 pounds, right?
They're likely to kill themselves initially, at least if they try that right from the get-go.
You'll injure yourself. You'll give yourself a heart attack. You'll permanently damage yourself in some way. It's the same thing with you know, as we're talking about safe space. You know, you shouldn't immediately go out and have those confrontations and have those dialogues with somebody when you're not prepared. You know, when you're not mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, professionally prepared for those conversations. Start out where you need to start out. Slow at your own pace, but as you move forward, you should be improving. You should be stepping out. You should be going further. You should be taking risks. You should be confronting those fears. You should be doing things that are uncomfortable for you, because that's the only way that you can grow and you can become a strong person. And the same thing like we just discussed, going to the gym. Like if you consistently go to the gym and you're consistently pushing yourself and you're doing more and you're trying, you're going to lose that weight. You're going to get stronger. You're going to look better. The same thing with these conversations. You know, the same thing with everything in life. And that's what we're trying to teach people. Deliberate discomfort is really the way to become strong, to overcome fear, and to win. I would like you at the conclusion of this conversation now to give people your name and your organization once again and the contact point information so that they can touch base with you if in their situation it seems appropriate for them to step out on that way and contact you. Sure. So if you're interested in learning more about Mission 60 or Deliberate Discomfort, first go to mission60.com. You can spell that really in any way that you want to, and you'll get to the right spot. Okay. You can find out about Deliberate Discomfort, how U.S. Special Operations Forces overcome fear and get a win by getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, by going to our website, mission60.com, or going to amazon.com, or really wherever books are sold, and purchasing our book. It's ready for pre-sale right now, and the books will be launched and delivered on February 18th, 2020. And so we're very excited about this book. Really has some amazing content in there. It talks about my journey as a Green Beret and the lessons that I've learned in leading and commanding men in combat. We have scientists that translate those experiences into digestible and relatable action items to help you understand the so what and the now what. And then finally we come in and we talk from a business standpoint, the clients that we've worked with over the 7 years that we've been in business and the lessons learned from their experiences. Celebrity clients in the NFL and Major League Baseball, and then really high-end corporate clients. So really, really intriguing stuff, helpful stuff, and I hope that people really resonate with our message of deliberate discomfort. Thank you very much for making yourself available at this time to talk with me and for listeners in Western Massachusetts and Connecticut, sir. It's been a pleasure to hear from you. Well, it's been my pleasure as well. Thank you. Perhaps we'll be in touch again at some point down the road. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Once again, my guest today has been Jason Van Kemp from Salt Lake City, who operates a business called Mission 360 to help people push past their inhibitions and become a success. For further information, call us at 860-346-1049. I'm Paul Kretschmer. The opinions expressed are those of the participants, not necessarily those of the staff or management of the station. The WIHS Journal is public affairs from WIHS, Middletown.